Television love. Oh, you know I just might be the next Def Jam artist.
What's up?
Hey, yeah, DJ Cal, Lil Niqo.
I already know, son.
We in that We the Best Studios.
Rest in peace of swag. It's all about the demeanor. Yes!
I don't think they heard you.
Sometimes sustaining success can be a lot more difficult than achieving it. This becomes even more difficult for child stars. But for a child star like Lil Niqo, who's already overcome so much and achieved so many milestones before he was even a teenager, what's next? With him being the youngest artist signed to Def Jam at just the age of 10, a record he still holds to this day, and getting co-signs from what seems like every star in the industry. From red carpets to seeing millions of plays on his music, Lil Niqo went from TV love to starring on your TV in the first ever season of Lifetime's popular show, The Rap Game. But after everything, where's Lil Niqo now? What has he been up to? Today, like always, you know we're going to start what we always do and take a look back so we can see how far Lil Niqo's came. I wanted to take a second to just thank everybody that takes their time to watch these videos. If you hit the like, hit subscribe, comment, anything, man, I appreciate everybody. But without further ado though, let's go ahead and blast right back into this. Born on November 23rd in 1999 in the Dago, San Diego, California, Nicholas Hurd, aka Lil Niqo, seemed to already have lived 2 lifetimes over before he was even a teenager. Growing up with his family, his mom Neek and his 2 brothers, like most of us, life was a little bit tough. He not only had to deal with the scrutiny that came from being in the limelight from a very young age, but he also had to navigate many traumas like 13 surgeries or even
one of my closest friends die in my arms. You know what I'm saying? So literally seeing somebody like get killed when I was 7 years old, like literally seeing brain matter, smelt it, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Niqo's musical career was influenced very early by some of his favorite musicians. At the time, his favorite rapper was Lil Bow Wow, who actually would influence Lil Niqo to perform Shorty Like Mine at a school talent show at just age 7. From there, that would inspire Niqo to start making his own music. It wouldn't take long for him to go viral though. Lil Niqo's mother, who was his manager at the time, always was pushing for Niqo to get to bigger heights. That's when they would go to ATL to stay with a friend of his mother's. Condo building had a game room, and while playing in the game room, Lil Niqo would run into the one and only Kevin Liles, who's credited with pushing some of the careers of R&B legends like Monica or Jagged Edge. He liked Lil Niqo's style and music, so he set up a meeting to fly Lil Niqo to NY, where he would meet the legendary L.A. Reid, who was the CEO of Def Jam Records at the time, credited for discovering what seems like everyone in the game. Stars like Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Ye, The Killers, just to mention a few. It would only take the next 9 to 10 hours for him to realize that Lil Niqo was the guy he needed to sign next. So that's when Lil Niqo made history, becoming the youngest artist signed to Def Jam at just the young age of 10 years old. Even though he still carries his title to today, I believe after being signed to Def Jam, the industry really opened up for Niqo, who started receiving all types of cosigns from hip-hop heavyweights like Diddy,
And a couple of new signees that I can't really talk about. But you look like you fit right into the family, yo. We right here, bitch. All right. Be good, man.
even doing songs with Khaled, and just lit up every room that he was in general.
Co-sign unless I know. And I know that he gonna be a shooting star. Lil Niqo. Def Jam, baby. Def Jam, baby.
How many 10-year-olds can really say they had a feature from DJ Khaled? Lil Niqo was really living a true rapper experience, which most would think once they made it that far, they're made for life. But on the flip side of it all, he was growing up in front of the world, so of course fans will celebrate the success, but they will also scrutinize your downfalls. After being signed, Lil Niqo was everywhere. He started touring, had 30 different placements on ESPN, with even some of his songs playing at the beginning of ESPN's First Take, hosted red carpet events for the Grammys and the BET Awards.
Like who runs the boat? You waiting for the clock? I'm racing to the top, campaigning for Barack, but I'm too young to vote.
That's when Niqo will find his pocket and get his biggest hit, Television Love. A lot of people remember this track for going viral, and right now it's sitting on YouTube at almost 30 million views. A lot of people was just feeling the vibe he was giving on this type of track.
Woo, Niqo, you're making a girl blush.
Unfortunately for him, a little bit after he got signed, the same person that signed him, L.A. Reid, left Def Jam for Epic, leaving Nico's young career with some questions. A lot of kids might have given up after achieving everything that Lil Niqo had up until that point, but instead of quitting, Lil Niqo kept pushing. That's when Sean Rankin would reach out to Lil Niqo and his mom, pitching a show that he was working on. Sean was known for hit TV shows like Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, and etc. They liked Lil Nico's presence on YouTube, and they let him and his mom know they wanted him on a competition show for young rappers that they were building, called The Rap Game. The first season was full of iconic moments, and it seemed like this was the cast that the fans were most divided on. It was either all love or hate for each castmate for various reasons. Of course, the most known from this cast is Big Lotto, the artist formerly known as Mulatto, who's really blown up over the past years. Super Peach, funny as a mug, I'm not gonna lie. Young Lyric, who I think is actually a mom now. And of course, Lil Poopy, who was in hella controversy. I read some articles about Lil Poopy, and I definitely want to dive a little bit deeper into his story too. Niqo came into the house only familiar with one of the other contestants, and that was Lotto. Ironically, they would be the final two of that season, with Lotto winning season 1. Niqo said it was a learning experience afterwards, and he learned to be more versatile after his time spent with Jermaine Dupri. But now, after 2 times with dipping his feet deep into the industry, Niqo was still putting it all together. After being the youngest person signed to Def Jam, and then going on to be on national TV for 1.7 million people to watch weekly, keeping a 100% clean image at all times can be extremely stressful, I can only imagine. After the world is watching you have your growing pains trying to dissect you. It seemed like he fell back for a couple of years after his time on the show, but then he would come back dropping some more music. In 2019, he would drop Facts Over Feelings, where he would try and show a little bit more of his mature side in his music and talk about some of the things that he went through in his life over the past few years. But after all the grinding that Niqo had done, he was at the point where, was there really anything left for him to achieve? How many teens had already graced red carpets, had their songs running on ESPN and First Take, been on multiple popular shows like The Rap Game, 106 in Park, or Bring It, another popular Lifetime show. As he aged, the novelty of youth faded, and the shadows of everything Niqo had achieved appeared to dim the light of the future he was trying to create. Of course, as you grow, you can't keep making the same music you was making as a kid. Your voice changes, your lyrics change, you improve your cadences, and you just improve your craft all around. He was becoming more advanced, and Niqo experimented on some more tracks. I always felt like Lil Niqo was more talented than he showed, and this is just my opinion. When I heard freestyles like this one right here,
in the mix, peep this light skin thing, she about 5'6", so I walk up to her like, yo, excuse me miss, I just happened to see you walk past, you dropped this, but in my hand was nothing, so I upped and said fuck it, picked up the conversation, hoping now we could be friends, this where it all begins, I said.
it really shows me that he has a lot of old school influences in his music. As he was discovering himself, it seemed that he was going more for the popular sound than what was true to him. But again, that's just my opinion. As he shifted into adulthood, Lil Niqo would lose more of that clean-cut persona and become more blunt in saying whatever he wanted to say. His earlier minor beefs with people like Super Peach or Detronada from the show were definitely memorable moments.
Get you started on that little girl from B-More. Got cocky after a year, you need to see more.
They don't want me to get along with Detronada. They don't want me to get along with Peach. They don't want you to get along with your castmate.
But his most major incident came when he mentioned Nicki Minaj in one of his live streams.
You're gonna be telling me to, yo, chill on Nicki. Man, I've been chilling on Nicki for weeks. It's y'all motherfuckers that keep reiterating the shit, keep bringing it back up. She #1 because she's fucking with a snitch who literally paid to go #1. This is what y'all fail to realize. I know how the industry works. I know how shit works.
Barbs came to the comment section where Lil Niqo gave his opinion on her collab track with the rapper 6ix9ine. He faced a big backlash for his opinions, but Niqo stayed 10 toes down. Until this day, he's still saying some of the funniest stuff on Twitter and IG.
Nigga, you think we can't hear you already over them loud ass teeth?
All in all, Lil Niqo seems to be living his life. He just dropped some new music recently.
Bitches, roll up a whole lot of Zaza to get in my zone, it be hard for me to relax.
He's still chasing his bag in multiple ways, even if I don't approve of all of them. But I'm nobody to tell you how to live your life, so if you do see this Niqo, just stay out of trouble. Regardless, life has its ups and downs, and you learn as much from your failure as you do from your success, even if no one admires you for it. Sometimes when this happens to child stars, it reminds me of an old Michael Jackson quote. People who grew up as child stars have the same thing in common. You're cute, they love you, you go through an awkward stage, and they don't accept you anymore. Very few make the transition into an adult star. Niqo has already been and done so much in the game. He's earned some time to just be himself. And as long as he's happy, I feel like that's the only thing that matters. Appreciate anybody that took their time to watch this video to the very end. Y'all are definitely some real ones. This is my official, actually, 1 year on this page. Definitely want to just take the time to thank anybody that has watched these videos. We almost hit 500,000 views on this page, and I know I'm not getting these videos out as fast as I would like, so I do just appreciate everybody for sticking with me. So anyway, man, this your boy Stone Astro. Shout out to my little bro Peso 3 times, man, because he killed the outro. And he just dropped another tape, so y'all make sure y'all go check that out, man. I'm gonna play a little snippet in this. We out of here, man. Go ahead and drop that outro.
Nigga be acting like many fans, but get around like girls start dissing. Ain't worried about shit I ain't missing. You nigga be acting like bitches. I'm growing, I only get better. Electric, my slide in the Tesla. You bitches be acting like niggas too. Talk crazy, that shit, I get critical. Real niggas don't need to be lyrical.